Remember, this is crafted from the finest ingredients and echoing the club's commitment to excellence. Each pack promises a taste of sensation that's purely Kaizer Chiefs. So if you taste it, you will find that it is not just ordinary chips. Thank you very much. As we are joined by the head coach, Molifi Ntseki. Get yourself comfortable, sir. If you're ready, we will be starting with the last leg of our press conference, previewing the big match against Cape Town City that's taking place at FNB Stadium. Members of the media, please assist us to pass the message that tickets are on sale at Ticket Pro, Spa, and select Sasol garages at 60 rands. We start with Mr. Ntseki. Coach, please give us just a summary of what has been happening since the victory in Durban.
Thank you, Ravi. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. When you win a match and the manner in which we won against Kukuni, I think it calls for confidence amongst all of us, and it also leaves the supporters very happy in terms of what they witnessed against Kukuni. We are looking forward to keep the smiles on our faces, all of us that are associated with the club. But we are fully aware that tomorrow is another cup final. We know what to expect from Cape Town City. Over years, it has always been a very tough match whenever you play against Cape Town City. But I think it also helps to know that you are playing against a quality team. Your preparation also has to be better so that you can have a good performance, and good performance obviously scoring chances, creating and scoring chances will give us a win against Cape Town City. But like I said, it will be a tough one. We are aware of how they've been playing in the past 4 matches. It was their first win after the 3 matches of which they did not get maximum points. So obviously coming into this one, playing us, it will be a tough one. Motivated obviously after they won in the last match against Cape Town Spurs. So for us, I think we are also very motivated, looking forward to play our home game against Cape Town City tomorrow. So as a team, as technical team, as players, we are looking forward to this match and work very hard to get positive results.
Thank you. Head coach Molifi Ntseki, members of the media, approximately 15 minutes allocated for you to ask the coach the question, your name of your publication, and the question. Let's get rolling.
Colin Hans, Joseph, Joseph Captions. Coach, the earlier time when we interviewed you, you said 98% of the players has got a chance to play and explore the Kaizer Chiefs way. Just want to find out, after the window day was closed, are we now going to see the real mission of Kaizer Chiefs without having to say somebody's leaving, or we might not have this person? You are not consistent and be content with what you have?
Yeah, I think we are content with what we have. Congratulations to the club to bring in a player of Tata's caliber, and I think we also him coming in, giving him 26 minutes on the pitch, and I think you could see the understanding that he has already developed with the rest of the team. As for the squad, I think we are happy with the squad, and everybody is competing to be in the starting 11. Everybody is competing to be in the traveling team. So I think it's a healthy competition. We look at it to be very fair, because at the beginning of the season, in our pre-season, we emphasize to the players that you will put yourself in the team. How do you put yourself in the team? It's understanding the game model, understanding how we want to play as a team in terms of our preparation, preparing for each game that you're going to play. So I think the mood is good in the camp. Everybody's looking forward to play or to be given a chance at any given time. and he will be able to represent the team with respect it deserves.
Coach, the regional we just keep times up. Obviously, Edson Castillo's had a good start, 4 goals in 11 games. Brought in a number 6 in Ox now. Is this now officially the license for him to move forward and continue bringing in more goals for the squad?
Yeah, I think in our profiling of Castillo, we're fully aware that he's more of an 8 than a 6 because he's got a few games playing for his team back home in Venezuela. So that is the player we needed. That is why the profile was done. That is why we ended up bringing him to Kaizer Chiefs. And I think he has proved us right in terms of the qualities that he possesses as an individual. For the past 4 games, we have been playing Castillo as an 8. We could realize that playing him as part of a 6, he has to cover too big a distance to get into the goals and score. But now that he's playing more of an 8, he knows he has got cover whenever he has to lose the ball or going into transition. And I think Youssef has been doing very well in the number 6 role, of which I think it was a very good discovery from our side to say he can be a conductor of this orchestra, playing him as a 6. And I think congratulations, well done to Youssef in the manner in which he has handled himself as a 6. But reinforcement will always be important to have in a team of Chiefs caliber. That is why we brought in Ox to the club, and I think we are going to have a very strong team going forward, understanding the demands of each position and also the demands that we know of as Kaizer Chiefs, that we have to play every game to win.
Let's go there first. We'll come back to you.
Because I just want to just coach, is it going to be possible to see the 3 players when we play together?
Yeah, it will be possible, depending on the game plan, depending on the moment, the phase of the game. What do we want to achieve in that moment? If ever we want to see both of them helping the team offensively, yes, we'll see the 3 of them. If you want to see both of them helping the team defensively, it will happen, because these are good quality players. And I think when you profile our midfielders now, there's a very good balance. And the unfortunate part is that when you have the 3 of them on the pitch, you are likely to have 2 of them off the pitch. When you have the 4 of them in the team, you might have 3 of them not in the team. So, but I think the most important thing is an understanding that we are developing within each one of them, to say the squad has got this number of players, and each one of them will get a chance to play and hopefully do well. And whenever you do well, there's no reason for any coach to take you out when you're doing well.
Coach, I'm just going to talk about something that you showed. You didn't hide your emotions when things did not go your way with the officiating. Thank you for that, for coming out with raw emotion. Rana was here and he said it's still, it was a very painful situation, having to be kicked out of the MTN 8 due to a human error. Well, that human, we all know what happened to him. I just need to find out from you, Coach, how did you find it to bring up these boys and say to them, let's move on from that, when you yourself was also involved emotionally, because the coach you saw after that game and the coach you're seeing now are 2 different people. How have you worked with that whole process of lifting up the team to saying, let's go out and play another game and win it?
I think the emphasis was more on what needed to happen going into that game. I think the preparation, not only on the technical side of it, I think also from the mental side of it. And we all know the history of Kaizer Chiefs when it comes to cup games. And I think we did all that needed to be done. We got a mental coach coming in. We got coaches talking to the players having their own small meetings to be focused going into that game. And I think the most important thing was for us on the day, we had a focused energy going into that game. We were fully aware that winning that game will be a big achievement for the club, and going into the finals, we were to celebrate as a team, to have maybe played in the cup game, or maybe to have won a cup after challenges that we experienced that we know of. But going into the game, I think we applied ourselves. And this is what I said to the players after the game. If we have to cry, let's cry. Let's accept whatever happened. And I also made a reference to something very painful that can happen to anybody. Let's look at it that we have lost somebody you love. The fact of the matter is you can't change it. The truth is that you have lost that person. That person is no more. And us playing in the final and winning the final is no more. We can't see ourselves playing in the final. Despite the preparation that we went through, despite the belief that we had going into that game, despite the performance that we gave on the day. But at the end of the day, it's a game of football. You win some, you lose some, you draw some. And at this stage, we have lost one of the most important game that we wanted to win. But we still have more games to play. We still have more cups to compete in. And in us, we have to dust off ourselves and focus on the next game. As difficult as it was, but I think I must say, well done to the technical team, well done to the senior players in the team, and also well done to the management of the club, because as much as we all had, but we had to regroup and prepare for the game against Kukuni. And well done to Dr. Henning. I think he's playing a very important role in making us understand things that on a sober mind you don't want to understand. But at the end of the day, we have accepted, we have moved on, and the past is history. Kaizer Chiefs is looking forward to the next games.
I saw many hands, so we'll just take the last three. We'll start with Karao and come to Ito.
Karao Pasha from Supersport. Coach, I don't want to say this is a stressful job, I'd say a rather demanding job. From away from the club, because sometimes you need to detach a bit. Who supports you? Who puts an arm behind your shoulder and say, it's going to be okay? Because I think sometimes we do need, those personalities away from the football club and from football.
Yeah, firstly, I think I need to congratulate the club, because the support I'm getting from every member of the club is very good, from the chairman to the sisters, to the brothers, to the media department, and every department in the club is very supportive. And I think it's an act of care that I'm getting from each one that is associated with the club, which is very, very important. I think some time ago somebody said when you lose you become an orphan, but when you win games you become the most popular and the most demanded individual on the planet. But I think with me it's different. When we lose, when you're going through rough times, I become the most looked after individual in the club, which is very good. Apart from the club, I must also say thanks to my manager. He's always there for me. When we have had all these challenges, he will spend, I would say, the whole time with me. But the good thing is that we don't entertain negativity, which really helps. Because if you do, you end up dwelling too much into negativity, and then you end up even doubting yourself and your abilities. So the good thing is, even if you have lost a game, you'll always look at the positives. And that is the support I'm getting from everybody to say, we had a good game, but we couldn't win. But the next game is more important than the last game.
Thank you. The last one from top. Now I see Coach raised something. Now the hands are increasing.
Yeah.
Definitely the last two will take you. And, the last one.
From Farpos. Coach, good headache to have a big squad, quality players, but also it means the younger players don't get so many opportunities to play. How do you keep them hungry? Because I know for a footballer, you want to be playing games, So the young boys that have come through the club's youth structures, how are you keeping them hungry at the lack of game time?
They're the most important people, most important players in the team. Not only the youngsters that comes from our development, all the players that are not playing. We normally have those one-on-one chats with them. This afternoon I had a very interesting chat with two of the players that won't be in the squad, and I gave them the confidence and the belief, and to say thanks to them, because the way they conduct themselves, the way they perform at training, the attitude has always been good. I think the most important thing is that understanding you have with the players, and I think we have got a very good technical team that has got a way of putting a hand around each one of those players, because anybody, whether it is Sitebe, whether it is Mangete Zwani, whether it is Bibo, whether it is Mashiani, they need to have that to say you are one of us. Even though you're not playing, you are still one of us. It doesn't matter whether you are young or old, because everybody who is in the team want to play.
Last one.
Coach Sibongiseni from the Citizen, just two issues. The arrival of Sibongiseni Ntseki, obviously, we can say he's a marquee signing for the team. Because the fans are very excited, and they even started speculating who's going to be out of the team now that he's there and all of that. As a coach, how do you manage that to ensure that with him as well? Because in as much as with age he's old, but in football years, we could say he's a youngster in terms of how long he's been in this game. To make sure that he doesn't get that excitement to maybe paralyze his performance when it comes to Chiefs. Because we know you can be a big performer at Stellenbosch FC, but at Kaizer Chiefs it's a different animal altogether. And secondly, on the appointment of Karen Johnson, if you can touch maybe on that, because that also has started talks outside of the club with people getting excited and saying things. Maybe you can address that as well.
I think on that one, of course, Kevin Johnson, the club made a statement to say he has been appointed as head of technical and scouting. And that is where I would say about him and the club. The club made a very official statement to say a new chief in the house as head of development and scouting. When it comes to Ox Teto and the rest of the guys, I think the most important thing is induction. That is exactly what we are doing with him now, because you don't just come into Kaizer Chiefs and then all of a sudden you are thinking of being a top player. It has happened with so many players since I became part of this brand. Recently we brought in Pule Modi from Aros, a top player from Aros, Potsani, a top player from Royal AM. So I'm just making mention of those players. But the most important thing is that tactical induction, because the language and the demands and the requirements are a bit different. You might be a top player at the club where you come from, but at Kaizer Chiefs you are a different player. The demands are maybe higher than they were where you come from. I normally make example of players that were brought into Man City. All of them, they never arrived at Man City and started playing immediately. But all of them today, they are top players. Haaland, you all know what happened to him when he arrived at Man City. The supporters did not even believe in his qualities, but he's a top striker currently because of a proper induction that was done of him. More so from the coach's side. Technical induction is very important. Understanding the culture of the team, understanding the demands that comes with it is very important. So if I'm going to be competing with a player in the same position, they must be best of friends. Best of friends in such a way that whoever plays is wishing each other the best going into the game. So that is part of the things that we are currently working on, and I think the response is very positive.
Head coach Molifi Ntseki, thank you. All the best in the game tomorrow. Members of the media, we've come to the end of the interviews, and the last part